Hi, this is Aaron Lostness, and today we're going to go over a Spanish verb quiz covering 7 tenses. In this lesson, I'm briefly going to go over the 7 tenses, and then we're going to conjugate 5 verbs for practice. This is meant for intermediate to advanced. So verbs end in either AR, IR, or ER. There are several tenses, but I'm only going to cover 7. The present tense, I speak, yo hablo. The present progressive, I'm speaking, estoy hablando. The present perfect, I've spoken, he hablado. The preterite, I spoke, yo hablé. The imperfect, I was speaking or I used to speak, yo hablaba. The future, I will speak or I shall speak, yo hablará. And the conditional, I would speak, yo hablaría. So the present tense, it's used to describe what is happening and what is true right now. It reports on both the specific now and the general now. On the left are the verb endings for AR, and on the right are the verb endings for the ER and IR. So what you do is you take off the AR, ER, and IR, and you add the appropriate ending. Now you notice there's a couple ways you can say you. If you're familiar with the person, you use tu. If you're not familiar and it's a formal situation, you use usted. These are the verb endings for all regular verbs. There's going to be irregular verbs. They do not follow these patterns in most of these tenses. The present progressive is used to indicate what the person is doing right now or an action in progress. So there's two parts of this, the verb estar, to be, and the present participle. So you drop the AR and you add ando, the ER and IR and you add yendo. The present perfect, it's used to indicate the action was completed recently. This is a compound tense. You need the verb haber, meaning to have, and then the past participle of the following verb. So you use has, hemos, and on, plus the verb. So you drop the AR and you add hado for AR verbs, and for the ER and IR, you drop those and you add ido. The preterite tense, it's a specific amount of actions in a closed amount of time and at a fixed point of time. Like the present, you drop the AR, ER, and IR, and you add the appropriate ending. These are the endings for most of the verbs in the preterite tense. Again, there's going to be irregular verbs. The imperfect is also a past tense, except it refers to actions that take place either repeatedly or over an extended period of time. For clocks, you use ser, and for age, you use tener. And it's also used to describe two actions happening at the same time. As you can see, the AR ends completely different than the ER and IR. The good thing about the imperfect is there's only 3 irregular verbs: ser, ir, and ver. The future tense, it's used to describe actions that will take place. Now these are the endings for all verbs, AR, ER, and IR. There's only 12 irregular verbs in the future tense. The difference with the future is instead of taking off the AR, ER, and IR, you leave the verb intact and then you add the appropriate ending. The same is true for the conditional. It's for events that are not guaranteed to happen. You keep the verb intact and you add the appropriate ending. You use this ending for all verbs, and again, there's only 12 irregular verbs. So let's go over it briefly. Present would be I speak or she speaks. Preterite would be I spoke or he spoke. Imperfect would be she was speaking or I used to speak. The future would be I will speak, and the conditional would be I would speak. And the present progressive is I am speaking, and the present perfect is I have spoken. So we're going to go over the quiz of 5 verbs that we're going to conjugate. An example would be I would ask I used to speak, and you spoke. I'll give you some time, and then you will say yo hablaba, tú hablaste, o usted habló. There's going to be 2 answers for all the you questions. I want you to practice the formal and the familiar. Let's get started. Comprar, to buy. I have bought. He comprado. She would buy. Ella compraría. They used to buy. Ellos compraban. We bought. Nosotros compramos. I am buying. Estoy comprando. You will buy. Tú comprarás o usted comprará. We buy. Nosotros compramos. I was buying. Yo compraba. Ser, meaning to be. I am. Yo soy. She will be. Ella será. They used to be. Ellos eran. You were or you went. Tú fuiste o usted fue. She has been. Ella ha sido. We were or we went. Nosotros fuimos. I would be. Yo sería. We will be. Nosotros seremos. Trabajar, to work. I am working. Estoy trabajando. She will work. Ella trabajará. We work. Nosotros trabajamos. She has worked. Ella ha trabajado. He works. Él trabaja. You used to work. ¿Tú trabajabas o usted trabajaba? We would work. Nosotros trabajaríamos. You worked. ¿Tú trabajaste o usted trabajó? Traer, to bring. You bring. ¿Tú traes o usted trae? They will bring. Ellos traerán. We are bringing. Estamos trayendo. She has brought. Ella ha traído. He used to bring. Él traía. You brought. ¿Tú trajiste o usted trajo? We would bring. Nosotros traíamos. I was bringing. Yo traía. Vivir, to live. I used to live. Yo vivía. She lives. Ella vive. We used to live. Nosotros vivíamos. They have lived. Han vivido. He lived. Él viví. You will live. Tú vivirás o usted vivirá. We would live. Nosotros viviríamos. I am living. Estoy viviendo.